Hey guys, welcome back. This is video 96 of Small Engines Questions and Answers, and I appreciate all my regular viewers, those who faithfully watch every week as well. I get a lot of comments that people look forward to this Friday's edition of my videos. Thanks again for watching, and also welcome to all my new subscribers as well. And before I get started today, I just want to show you an older steel trimmer. It's an FS86, and look at all the metal over here. This is made of plastic over here, but it's a well-built unit. It's older. This one's in good condition. Somebody brought it here for me to get rid of it, but this unit could be used commercially. I know that the new ones here cost around $400 or $500 to get something comparable to that. And I'll just start it up. I had it running previously. And as you heard there, it's pretty quiet. And with this straight shaft, you can get under trees a lot easier. And you can see that the gearbox is well built at the front over here. And it's got a huge head on it. Anyways, if you have any comments on this unit, just post them under the video, or even a video response would be good as well. My first question today comes from a YouTuber from Norway, and I'm going to read to you his question. He says, here in Norway, everybody is using Aspen or other brands of fuel for chainsaws. No smoke, and you don't need to worry about old gas or having to empty the saw before you put it away. And he also asks, is it still common to mix your own fuel in your area? Well, the answer to that is yes. Most people here in Canada and the USA still have to mix their oil and gas together. So basically what we do is we buy oil in a separate container and then mix it into our can of gas. Now, I have seen that Steel has come out with a can, and it's gas, and it's pre-mixed. It's their own gas, and apparently you don't have to worry about mixing oil and gas. It's just ready to go, and apparently it does have a longer shelf life. So that's just starting to hit the market here in Canada. I'm not sure about the US, but I'm sure that eventually we're going to see a lot more of pre-mixed fuel in cans on the store shelves. If you have used or have any experience with the Steel pre-mixed fuel, please leave your comment under this video. I'm sure it's going to help out everybody else that has the same question in regards to what this stuff is all about. In my next question today, a YouTuber asks me if it's worth buying a new deck for a push lawnmower. Well, my answer to that is if your deck is rotted out, it's usually not worth buying a replacement deck for your lawnmower. Unless it's a really high-end model and that the rest of your mower is in excellent condition, I would not bother replacing a deck. So for a typical mower like this, just a small push mower which you can buy fairly cheaply, I would not waste any money replacing a deck if it's rotted or finished. Sometimes it can cost just as much as buying another lawnmower, and at the end of the day, you still have an older engine and other older parts on your mower. So check around, shop around, and make sure to get the better deal for you. So now that I've talked about push mowers, I'm sure a lot of people have questions about the mowing deck on a lawn tractor. Well, that's a whole different story in itself. Most of the time, it's worth buying a new mowing deck for your lawn tractor. Now, you want to make sure that the rest of your tractor is in good condition before you do this. So here's a lawn tractor. The hood's not on it right now. But a deck for this tractor here would be approximately $200 in Canada. The same price for this deck may be a lot cheaper in the US. For some reason, our prices here are much higher. Now you have to remember that when you buy a new deck, you're not going to get the wheels, the blades, the spindles, or anything else. You're just going to get the bare shell, that's it. So you would have to take all the old parts off your old deck and put them on your new one. Now you want to make sure before you buy a new deck that your spindles are still good, because sometimes the bearings get worn out and they need to be replaced as well. And each spindle can cost about $50 each, plus your blades, which they're not too much money, but everything adds up. You might need new belts as well. So count the cost to see if it's worth repairing it. Price out the parts before you even consider repairing your tractor. Sometimes you may want to take that money and put it towards a new one. Just like I mentioned earlier about the push mowers, if you have a higher end model, then it's worth fixing. What you want to do is count the cost to replace the lawn tractor with an equivalent one. Now, even if you have an old tractor, you want to look at its features. Is it a V-twin engine, a single cylinder? How big is the deck? Is it hydrostatic? So you want to compare all these features that you have on your old tractor to the features on a new one to see what that would cost, then count your costs to repair your tractor, and then you can figure out what your budget is and decide whether it's worth it or not to repair your lawn tractor. Now, while I'm talking about lawn tractors, I get a lot of questions in regards to these particular engines here from Briggs. They can vary from 13 horsepower to 17 horsepower. And the question I often get is, why is my engine burning so much oil that there's a huge cloud of smoke when I'm mowing the grass? Well, I just happened to be putting a new gasket on this one here, and here's where it gets damaged. I've showed this before in some of my Q&As, but I thought I'd show it again because it's the start of the summer and some of you guys may be having the same problem. So here's where the gasket is damaged, and that would end up being right here. So what's happening is the oil from here is going in here. It's burning excessive amounts of oil. It's also blowing a lot of compression through here and causing blowback to go through the carb and through the crankcase as well. So it's a bad combination. If this happens, you may have a blown head gasket. So I'll be putting up videos on how to replace the head gasket, just in case you're wondering how to do it. So just keep watching my channel and eventually you're going to see these videos come up. Anyways, by the gasket I just showed you, sometimes that will fix your problem, sometimes not. But it's well worth trying that before you scrap the engine or spend a lot more money on parts that you don't need. Now, in regards to some of my other carburetor repair videos that I made when I first started making videos on YouTube, somebody asked me, what is the tab you're talking about on the Tecumseh carburetor floats? Well, this is the tab right here. This center part over here. And this is what you use to adjust the height of the float and also how soon you want the needle valve to stop the flow of fuel. What I have here is a carburetor from a lawnmower. I'm just going to crack it open to show you what I mean. Now, this carburetor has a plastic float, which has the same function as the brass one. And you can see the tab down under here. So when you adjust your carburetor, you either want to bend the tab up or down depending on the height of the float here. So basically, the float should be set at the height about of a 13/64 drill bit, or use your Tecumseh carburetor tool to set your float. Take off the O-ring here before you do that. So to get the specified height, you have to adjust that little tab under there. And to do that, you can use a small screwdriver, reach down, bend it up or down till you get the appropriate height over here. So that's the small tab I was talking about in some of my other videos. So that'll wrap it up for this week's Q&A. If it's the first time you watch one of my videos, please subscribe. Go check my channel. There's hundreds of high quality small engine repair videos. And if you're not sure if I have a video on something, there's a search box on my channel. Just type in keywords in there. I'm sure you'll find something that's going to help you out and save you money at the same time. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in next Friday's Q&A.